everyone. Believe me or not, this is the most beautiful town in Costa Rica, Ciudad Çolon, which is about 30 kilometers west from San Jose. It's a local town and traditional because the early colonists that came to this place are still the main people that keep the identity of this town. The town, can you see the tower over there? The town is located, yeah, as mentioned before, I don't know, I just wonder why there are no many corners here, only up in the mountains. But I seriously, the town has always been the same for a long, long time, over perhaps 100 years. But people have improved their houses, their places. Everything's neat and clean here. And so this is the gym. This is another high school. And this is the typical part of the typical downtown. It's just down the highway, out of the highway to Caldera or the Atlantic, where the town is located. The town is located at the foot of the mountains that lead to Santiago, Puerto. So this road up there is very congested, since there are a lot of cars and trucks going up to Puerto. Not a very big deal. Puerto is not a really good big town, and all the houses. This is the worst house I've ever seen here, but most of them have been restored by their dwellers, as we say. And no, non-Americans live here. It's just the locals. They have improved their houses, and it's a very conservative place for the most part. Yeah, they descend from the Spaniards. That's why they like things clean and neat. It's typical. Oh, country going up. You see the mountains over there? They're protected. And I'm coming from the other place. This over here, always right there. The church is on the right hand side. But honestly, there's not even a slum here. It's the town is still. You see the houses top the hills? Well, they're foreigners. They're wealthy people, sure, but the ones that live up there are mostly foreigners. The construction is regulated. I was an engineer here in this town. Villa Paz, with a portrait of Virgin of Guadalupe. There are bumpsters, so you can place your bags there without creating much garbage cans, without creating much fuss around. And other facilities here, some schools where you can even learn electronics right over there. And banks, and it's really good place to be. Tava, pizza and lunch. So people enjoy coming here. Girls are pretty. They're fair. Many are green-eyed, as people of Santana and Escazú. This is the main road coming from Puerto. This is the nicest part of town, which is the main road leading to San Jose, but it's not a big deal. Hope you're enjoying the town as I did. As a local, I really did, and I know my people. Over here is a country man, typical of Costa Rica. When I started this, I went back, and You don't see many foreigners here in town, but it's a safe and very orderly. But you know, many people working from home could just be here. There, fresh air all over. Three sides of town are surrounded by mountains, so that means you have a lot of oxygen here. And people stare at me. I kind of look. I'm very tall and green eyes, so they think that I'm from the States. But they're Chinese, and I think you might not be very interested in it. There's some migrants too, like this guy. But for the most part, there are a lot of places here where people enjoy coming, clinics, and you can get your fresh bread or cakes here. And everything is just not a big noise into the people's way or living standards. This is what I love from this, honestly, this area here. You know, that guy, he bought his baguette and is going home. And then there's some schools there, and we're not going to the downtown. It's not a big deal, but there's a cultural house here, and people to really like living well. This is why many people might say, well, Costa Ricans are wealthy. The fact is that many of them had farms or used to work with the government or the hospital, and so they've gotten some loans and have refurnished their buildings, but there's no one really here. Costa Rica, oops, sorry, Costa Rica has been termed as middle class success in Latin America. Yeah, many people want to come and live here, but you know, it takes many years to get what they got, and rent might be expensive, food kind of not that cheap. Costa Rica is kind of expensive place. Well, Switzerland is, and Germany and the Netherlands are, but Costa Rica's proud themselves of being kind of the Switzerland of Central America or Latin America, so they know that they got good jobs and everything is kind of expensive. Well, why am I showing you guys this place? Because this is Costa Rica. I mean, just walking down the street with you guys and enjoying the peaceful moments, the lack of heavy traffic. Though there are some condos on the way down to the main highway, a little bit apart from the downtown. And Costa Rica prouds itself being the 5th nation in the world that invests 8% of national gross product on education. So this is part of it, okay? This is part of it. There's schools here everywhere. This is children's caretaker place. And this is a nice school over here. What could I say? But Costa Rica is not Germany. It's not even Switzerland or the Netherlands. Man, many Latin Americans might think that it is that way, so they come into a wealthy country, but it's not. Has a lot of difficulties. Immigration is high, and if you're not well trained, you won't get a good job. So they have conversational English. My goodness here. And see, those, oh, I love that house over there, uphill. Yeah, there are many others, kind of a green park over there, and other areas here. This is just away from the downtown, but it's still nice. Let's go and make some other areas. what happened to Escazú? Well, the main town is still on site, and the houses are still the houses of the city dwellers who live there all their lives. It's not a big deal. The mountains are the ones that made many condos and not big houses and commercial centers, they call them malls. And it's the oldest area in Costa Rica, not the town. Ciudad Çolon is not that way. The thing is that the town is more beautiful than Escazú, has more room, and then everybody's got their own houses here in the downtown. So the real estate here does not work the same way as in Escazú. But if you live here, a quiet lifestyle, and get one of those houses, if you're lucky to get one, because they hardly sell it for a lot of money, but you have to live going uphill or just going, there's a kind of park over there. Yeah, everything's so quiet. Can you smell? Well, you can't smell, but you can hear those little birds here, mango trees, and this big house over there. Oh, they sell waffles here. And there's a training place, but it's so quiet, kind of laid back. Oops, this is a nice place. I know a girl, her family has been living here for more than 100 years. So most of the people have been living here for a long, long time. And real estate brokers have not made a big deal of money in the downtown area because all the houses are set. I was an engineer down, and believe me, it's good if you want to live here. Quiet life, trees all over the place. Well, this is a burger place. And some houses in the distance. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it very, very quiet and nice here? Oh boy. And it's far from the downtown core. There's the place. Let's go back to the place. See how they've been doing here. And some of the houses. And there's another supermarket here, I guess. Or wholesale store. But the thing is, you guys don't see many foreigners here, except the ones uphill. But if you really want to live in a good place, quiet, and buy a good house where your money counts, if there's any chance here within town, it's safe, very safe. It's a wholesale store, yeah, pretty much like a Walmart. So you can buy anything in there. They don't let me in because I might be suspicious. Making videos here, but take a look at the area here. Okay, this is another gym, and this is the main plaza. Yeah, well, I'm going to buy a yogurt. That's going up. And it has been improved over since I was here many years ago. So quiet. And there's a cultural center over there. And the people are locals for the most part. I'm sorry, but you don't see minorities or poor immigrants here. This is just townspeople. Minorities don't live in areas like this because there are no slums. The church is over there. And this is the main part of town. Maybe I'll show you some parts going downhill. But I'm going to buy a yogurt now, and I'm going to the bank. Sure, you guys have to wait for me a little bit. I forgot I'm kind of thirsty, and let you know whereabouts in a minute, right? Well, coming back to camera. This is yogurt. It's made here in Puriscal uphill. Costa Rica is a dairy farm. How to say, one of the best dairy farm countries in the Americas and in the world, because it's always rainy. The cows always eat fresh grass, and not like in other places. And the industry has been going for a long while and is now exporting to Central America and I guess Mexico too. So yogurt and ice creams and all that are good. There you go. This is an old part of town. Water fountains. And the rest, Mora is the name of this county. And kids, unmolested, stay here, thinking, talking, and by themselves without being bothered. And women just rear their children, and cars stop so they can go across. Perhaps you might be seeing some other areas here. Downhill, there are many condos, but not here in town. The town still remains the same. Not many big businesses. This area was renovated in years past. It was the place where people brought cattle or horses for sale. So there was kind of a, I don't know much. How do you tell that in English? But it's a place where they bring cattle and cows for putting them for sale. I'm not much into this, but hello. But you see that there's some other. This is a new, let's say, kind of a cultural center with many small restaurants, well-painted graffiti, and people meet here. Small restaurants where you can have your lunch. This is lunch. ¿Cuánto cuesta? Un lunch de esos? ¿Cuánto cuesta un lunch de esos?
3,500.
3,000. It's too expensive. But anyway, they're charging 3,500, which is too much. The prices here for girls golf were okay, 4,100, 600. Well, let's see. This is kind of a restaurant area, and it's not that cheap. I prefer to go home and have some lunch at home. And well, this closed down. Cafeteria over here. Yeah, cafeteria, and cafeteria's here, and that's it. But there you go. Pali is the cheapest supermarket here in Costa Rica. Wholesale supermarkets. You get the cheapest price over there. People love going there. Monje, where you get your TV sets, and Goyo, also the country part. And then we're just out of town, all right? The church is over there to the right, and this is the big downtown area with some big deal businesses over here. And there you're done, all right? The town is not a big deal, but it's a big deal pertaining to quietness, reassurances, country day living. Is there anything else anybody wants to enjoy? I'm sorry. I'm drinking my yogurt. Yeah, this is it. For a Costa Rican like me, I don't have money to live here. Or to buy a house. But can you see the clouds and the mountains over there? It's not too far for you guys to watch the suburbia over there and other Chinese store like this one. Prices are fairly good. Everything goes neat here. Even the gas station, it's clean and you feel comfortable there. And there's still some houses across. Yeah, and this is going out the exit of town. But over there are more condos and more areas where people live. And that's just outside of town. The town still keeps its charm. And it's lovely country houses like this one. Goodbye to Ciudad Çolon. I'll see you out sometime. The bus downtown from this Ciudad Çolon. It might take about 40 minutes to get to San Francisco. But now we're in the going. Surprised about the people in this town is that they're reassured and happy. Costa Rica is one of the happiest nations of Earth. And the level of happiness has nothing to do just with wealth. Costa Rica still know how to live, even with not many means as Danes or Swedish, or they don't go to Europe or to Cancun every week or every once a year. This is the outside town, and there's still some houses in suburbs, still locals, but there are some other very expensive condos. Oh, look at that house. It's so nice. Yeah, it's got a lovely garden